Welcome to This Explainer. So today we're diving into a historical event that really proves the most terrifying mysteries. Well, they don't always come from the deep ocean. Sometimes they fall right out of the sky. We are looking at the Tunguska event. It's an explosion so unimaginably powerful that scientists are literally still debating it over a century later. Let's uncover exactly what happened, what we actually found, and why this still matters to you today.
Now, to really wrap your head around the sheer impact of this event, I want you to put yourself in a rather terrifying scenario. Just imagine you're going about your quiet, peaceful morning routine. You know, it's a completely normal day, the sun is up, birds are chirping, everything seems exactly as it should be. You've got absolutely no reason to suspect that anything out of the ordinary is about to happen.
And then, suddenly, the world changes, with absolutely no warning whatsoever. I mean, no sirens, no news alerts, not even a rumble in the distance. Your peaceful morning is just violently interrupted.
The sky literally explodes. A blinding flash completely lights up the horizon, glowing so intensely it actually overpowers the sun. You'd shield your eyes, completely disoriented, and then, just seconds later, a literal wall of physical force slams right into you.
Section 1. The sky explodes.
All right, let's move from our hypothetical scenario to some cold, hard historical facts. The date is June 30th, 1908, and it's just after 7 a.m. Something detonates high above the remote Siberian wilderness. As we look at the timeline here, seconds after that initial blinding flash, a massive shockwave hits the Earth with enough force to completely flatten the landscape. The kinetic energy was so intense it caused seismic shocks that were felt hundreds of kilometers away. Windows shattered in nearby towns, and most incredibly, the blast was so massive that the night sky literally glowed for days across Europe and Asia. I mean, people in London were actually reading midnight newspapers by the eerie light of the glowing sky. Crazy, right? To really grasp the sheer scale of this devastation, try to wrap your mind around this number: 80 million. An estimated 80 million ancient, massive trees were completely flattened by the blast, in an instant. Imagine an invisible hand just sweeping across a lush forest, snapping millions of trunks like tiny wooden toothpicks.
And those 80 million trees? They weren't just in one small cluster. This destruction sprawled across 2,000 square kilometers. For context, that is an area roughly the size of a major modern metropolis like Tokyo or London, just completely turned into a vast, expansive wasteland in a matter of seconds.
Section 2. The impossible crime scene.
So, because of the harsh Siberian terrain and, the political turmoil in Russia at the time, it actually took nearly 2 decades for scientists, led by a guy named Leonid Kulik, to finally reach the epicenter. They arrived asking the exact same question you and I are asking right now. What actually caused one of the biggest explosions in recorded history? I mean, when a blast flattens 2,000 square kilometers and lights up the globe, you'd expect to find a massive crater, right? You expect a giant space rock, a smoking gun. But the answer they found completely defied all scientific expectations of the time. They found absolutely nothing. No crater, no giant hole carved into the earth, no massive space rock buried in the dirt, nothing. It was basically an impossible crime scene. It was as if a bomb of unimaginable power detonated, leaving this massive scar on the earth, but the weapon itself just vanished into thin air.
Section 3. Asteroids, comets, and aliens.
Now, when you have an explosion of this magnitude, with absolutely zero physical evidence on the ground, scientific deduction kind of goes into overdrive. Today, the leading scientific theories basically fall into 2 main camps. On one side, we have the huge asteroid theory. Scientists believe a massive rocky asteroid entered our atmosphere, but the intense heat and pressure caused it to detonate mid-air before it ever struck the ground. On the other side, some argue it was an ice comet. Because comets are made mostly of ice, an atmospheric airburst would mean the entire object vaporized instantly, so no rock, no crater, just a devastating shockwave raining down on the Earth. But of course, because science hasn't proven the exact cause with 100% certainty, mystery lovers have proposed some, well, much stranger theories. Naturally, some have theorized it was a crashed alien spacecraft because, when in doubt, blame aliens, right? Others have pointed to a secret energy experiment gone wrong, or even a tiny rogue black hole passing straight through the Earth. While these definitely sound like science fiction, they really highlight just how desperately we crave an explanation for an event this powerful.
Section 4. The threat above us. More than a century later, the exact truth remains unknown, leaving Tunguska as one of history's greatest unsolved mysteries.
We spend so much time looking down into the dark depths of our oceans for the unknown, but this event proves a pretty chilling reality. The greatest mysteries, they don't always come from the oceans, they fall from the sky. The cosmos is chaotic, and Tunguska is a really stark reminder of our vulnerability.
I want to leave you with this final, chilling thought. What if the exact same explosion happened today over a major city? If an invisible mid-air burst flattened 2,000 square kilometers over a modern metropolis instead of a remote forest, millions of lives could be at risk in an instant. It's a sobering reminder of the sheer power of the universe. Thank you so much for joining me for this explainer. If you want to keep exploring the fascinating and the terrifying, be sure to subscribe for more deep dives into real mysteries that science still can't fully answer. See you next time.